Okay, so here we go into supervision. So whether you're a coach, whether you're an educator, going on a field trip, it's important if you schedule practice at a certain time to be there. Because if you're asking students to be there at, let's say, 7 a.m. for practice, then now it becomes a school's liability if you have a group of students who are there waiting around at 7 a.m. and you don't show up till 8 a.m. So there's an hour window of any accidents which could happen, but it would fall back on the coach because he told them to be there at 7 o'clock. So those are liability issues which could occur. Have staff on site during practice hours and in sites. So whether you're in the weight room and if you know that no one's out there on the track, it's probably not recommended that you send someone out to the track, especially if you assign a specific workout that student may be out there for 30 minutes. You know, that's kind of putting yourself in the situation of a hazard occurring. Um, in high school, sometimes we'll send them out for a little warm up lap or something, but something that's good that they're going to be out there for an extended amount of time isn't recommended. Um, this one's become a major one. Supervise locker rooms when in use and lock everything after use. There've been students messing around the locker rooms, messing up the lockers, which ends up costing the school money. Hazing occurs in the locker rooms. So that's just been a major one that this school and the past school that I worked at has really done a great job at doing and making sure everything's locked up. There've been theft in the past, not only in the locker rooms but just outside on the fields. So it's important to have all that taken care of. Move around the area of supervision, increase student awareness. So this is especially important in the educational setting. Just recently, our PE teacher had an incident. He was on one side of the field, playing capture the flag, and he took his normal walk around, and then he noticed behind the snack bar there were some students smoking marijuana. So obviously, he called security. Security took them, but that's why it's important to I put increased student awareness. That way they know that you walk around and there's less likelihood that anything's going to happen. And in sports, just make sure that you're within an area that you can see. Um, so warn of any foreseeable accidents. If you know there's a hazard already when you go out there first thing in the morning, if a sprinkler's broken, the field is flooded, and then obviously, hey, just give them a heads up. Hey, you know what, guys? The field's flooded. Try not to step on there. You might slip. So any accidents like that, for example, just let them know. Clear instruction and planning. So whether it's the workout of the day in the weight room, whether you're on the track, just make sure it's clear instruction. For us, it's important. I coach distance for them to know their streets and their roads, and I mean we're out there following them as well, but it's important that they know the streets they're turning on. If I give a clear instruction to turn right and for some reason they felt that it wasn't clear and they go left, then it becomes a liability because now I'm expecting this student to be on this certain road for making a right, but then they turn left. So it's just real important that the student understands exactly where it is and what they're doing. Provide safe environment, and I put water cleanliness there. There's occasions recently because our school's under construction that the water wasn't drinkable for X amount of minutes, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or that they shut down a certain restroom for X amount of time. So it's just important that you're well aware of what's going on the school site. Provide emergency care if needed, and have kits on hand. Have the first aid kits on hand if a student needs certain things because of a little something that may have occurred. It's important for us to have those things on site. I put evaluate participant. So know your student. Don't pressure them extremely outside of the norm. I mean, don't put them in positions that they're really going to feel disadvantaged. And then stay away from threats to students. So that's kind of a wrap up of supervision and just being there and being aware of what's going on around you.